Hey beautiful souls, welcome back to the channel. Today, let's talk about trauma-related cognitive dissonance and how we can begin to heal it through spiritual love and understanding. If you've ever felt pulled in two different directions, feeling one thing but thinking another, loving someone who hurts you, trusting someone who deceives you, or needing to leave a situation but you can't. You're not alone. That painful, deep inner conflict, that's cognitive dissonance. And when it's tied to trauma, it can keep us stuck in cycles of confusion, of fear, and of incredible self-doubt. And for those who are new here, my name is Annemarie. I'm a Neuro-Transformational Life Coach, a spiritual guide and a hypnotherapist, and I help individuals reclaim their power. In particular, I help women heal and reclaim themselves from toxic or narcissistic relationships. So, let's unpack this cognitive dissonance first. Cognitive dissonance is the mental discomfort that we feel when we hold two or more conflicting beliefs, values, or thoughts at the same time. And when trauma is involved, especially from people we trusted, this dissonance can become emotionally paralyzing. If you're in a relationship and this person keeps telling you that they love you, but they regularly manipulate you, your mind can't reconcile both truths. And so you adapt. You blame yourself, you repress your memories, and you change your truth to fit their narrative, to keep the peace. You might tell yourself, I deserved it. I should have known better. It wasn't that bad. Or maybe I do expect too much. Just to even out and try to make sense of it. This internal conflict is a survival mechanism. But eventually, it starts to fracture our sense of reality and truth and our sense of self. And that's exactly where a person with narcissistic traits wants to keep you. And by the way, does this other person know that they're doing this, that they're hurting you deliberately? Absolutely. Absolutely. Confusion is their biggest weapon. So how do we stop giving away our power and begin to heal this? This is where spirituality offers us something really profound. Spirituality, whether grounded in a faith tradition, in nature, in meditation, or a personal connection with God, the divine, the universe, is not about bypassing pain. It's about bringing truth into the light. One of the most healing spiritual truths is this: you are not what happened to you. You are not how others choose to treat you. You are a soul having human experiences. And some of these experiences have been deeply wounding. And now it's time to heal and reclaim yourself inside out. When we see ourselves not just as a body or a mind, but as a spiritual being, we create enough space to hold conflicting emotions without shame. We begin to witness our trauma rather than be defined by it. And we begin to give ourselves permission to heal it and surrender it. From a spiritual lens, cognitive dissonance isn't something to fear. It's a signal. It's a sign calling out, your soul calling out, calling for attention to where your truth has been buried under survival strategies. This isn't about them anymore, whoever them is. It isn't about what they did, why they did it, how could they have done it. So stop giving them your energy by trying to answer those questions, because you will never make sense of it. Give that energy to you by focusing on your spiritual truth, on spiritual truth and on your healing. And the first step to healing is recognition, because we can't change anything that we don't that we don't recognize. To allow yourself to name what happened. And this means validating your own experience. Even if others deny it or denied it, pay them no mind. Stop explaining to others to get validation. Go to God for that. Go to the divine for that. You know, you might say, to help you heal, yes, I was hurt. Yes, it was painful. Yes, I loved someone who harmed me, who was awful to me. Yes, I adapted to survive, but now I want to live. Can you see how that can just shift the whole energy? This is where that inner work, that journaling, the meditation, the self-reflecting can become sacred tools, because you're not just telling your story to heal. You're spiritually healing yourself by saying it out loud, because it's uncomfortable to say it out loud, especially if you've had people deny it. Okay, so it's about spiritually healing yourself and letting that naive version of you know that I believe you, that I see you. Okay? Because healing is not about fixing the past. We can't change the past. We can't change others. It's about reclaiming the present moment and reclaiming our own inner power with compassion and with clarity. So here are just a few spiritual practices. There are many, but here's just a few just to get you started if you are needing that extra bit of help. To help you align with your inner world and to soften the edges of trauma-related dissonance. So first one is mindful inquiry, and that can be meditation, it can be self-reflection, it can be inner dialogue. Sit with your discomfort, because we have to sit in it to feel it. We have to feel it to heal it. Ask, what am I afraid to feel? What am I afraid to know? Don't rush for the answers. Just don't force anything. Don't manipulate anything to try and, find the right answers. Just let it flow. Let the answers come to you. And sometimes it can take a minute, sometimes it can take an hour, sometimes it can take several days. So be patient with yourself. But honesty is key. Okay? The second one is affirmations and truth-telling. So create really simple affirmations that affirm both your pain and your power. For example, it hurt and I survived, and I'm now even thriving. Now I choose to heal, I choose to love, I choose joy. Or I can hold love and I can acknowledge anger without betraying myself, so that I can feel it to heal it and return back to my ultimate sense of self-love. So another one is visualization and prayer. If you pray, meditation is my form of prayer. Envision yourself surrounded by beautiful light and ask your higher self, or ask the divine, ask God, ask Spirit for guidance. That's all, just simple. It's learning to sit in that discomfort and feeling that agitation and wanting to get up and get busy, but instead I'm going to sit in that feeling. And I'm not talking about wallowing, I'm talking about feeling it to heal it. Okay? Ask the divine, show me where I've hidden my truth. Show me how, help me to bring it home. Help me to bring in my light. And the last one is, and we've talked about this one before, is forgiveness. Not for them, but for you. It's doubly helpful when you're able to forgive them, because again, it's not about dismissing what they've done. It's about your healing. So forgiveness here doesn't mean excusing any harm that's been done. That's on them. They need to sort that out with the divine or their karmic account, or however you want to look at this, right? That's something that they need to heal. So don't waste your time and energy feeling like, why aren't they getting punished? Or whatever you might feel if you're still in that anger. Breathe it out and release it, because it doesn't help your healing. I know you feel justified, I get it, but it doesn't help your healing. And if anything, it keeps you tied in that trauma bond. It keeps you tied in that karmic tie with this person, because energetically you're still giving them your power. So don't give them any more of your energy. Think about you and focus on your forward movement and your forward healing. So forgiveness, it means releasing the false beliefs that you took on because of wanting so much to believe this other person. Okay? Tell yourself, I forgive myself for believing that I was unworthy of love. I forgive myself for buying into his or her lies or their lies. I forgive myself for shrinking in order to make a relationship work. Can you feel that? There's a lot of releasing today. Can you feel that release? So as you begin to recognize and integrate the disowned parts of yourself, you move from fragmentation to wholeness. This is what it means to live in spiritual alignment, not perfection, but presence. When your thoughts, emotions, and actions align with your deeper truth, with spiritual truth, the dissonance begins to quiet. You feel lighter, clearer, more empowered. You can still remember the past, but you're no longer trapped by it or defined by it. Your spiritual path becomes a homecoming to yourself. And so if this resonates with you, I want you to know that healing is possible. and that you are not alone. You're never alone. You never have been, and you never will be. There is wisdom in your wounds and a deeper strength within you that trauma tried to silence and keep in the dark, but could never keep from pushing through towards that light. It makes you stronger, more aligned with your inner peace, power, your inner purpose, and more motivated than ever to keep living spiritual truth, no matter who comes to try and destroy it. Let them try. Let this be your turning point, not the end of your story, but the beginning of a whole new, beautiful chapter. Thank those, mentally, thank them, those who have hurt you, who've betrayed you, who've manipulated you, because it's made you stronger. And if you're not feeling that yet, you will. Know that you have it within you, and I'm here to support you. So thank you for being here. Please share this with anyone who you feel might need it. And if you're on this healing journey, drop a comment below. Let's hold some space for each other. So until next time, take care of your heart, because it's a sacred ground. So lots and lots and lots of love as always. Bye for now.